my name is Bryce Hall, and I will be demonstrating the maxillary alginate impression today. So first I started by fluffing my powder, just rolling it slightly. I've pre-measured out 3 scoops for the maxillary, and then 3 scoops of water for the maxillary impression as well. So first, I'll start by placing my 3 scoops of water into the bowl, and then my 3 scoops of alginate powder in, and now I will incorporate them both together. So I will start by incorporating all the powder into the water. Get it all mixed in there. And then once it's mixed in, I will now start rotating it around the bowl. Smooth consistency, and now I will collect all of the material. Gather it all up like this, and then insert it from the back of my tray. Push it down. I want to make sure that all areas are covered with material, but it's not too much, so it will not overwhelm the patient. I will now smooth any areas. Okay, and now I'm ready to insert at the 12 o'clock position. I will start by going to the very back to make sure I collect. Go ahead. So we'll pop it out at the front, pop it out. Say like it's not popped. Okay, so this is the final impression now. So now you can see that it does have a glossy appearance. All the teeth are present. It doesn't look like there's any voids or tears happening. We do have that tuberosity at the very back there, both present, which looks good. You can see here there's a little bit of tray showing, and it's a little less material here. So the roll is a little less than you would want it to be here. There's a bit of a mark here at the front tooth as well. So it just looks like it's pressing against the tray, a little bit more firm than you would want it to be. So a little less firm for the next time, but other than that, it looks really good. So now we're going to take the impression and we're going to disinfect it. So I'll start by putting in the water and rinsing it off. And then I will disinfect it, put in my paper towel, disinfect, and now roll it up in my moist paper towel to make sure it doesn't distort. And then we'll now be putting it in the baggie with the patient's name and date on it as well. So there we are. We will now be starting with the mandibular impression. So I have measured out 2 cups of water, and I'll pour that into my bowl, and then 2 scoops of alginate as well. So I'll pour that in, I'll do the same thing, and I will incorporate the powder into the water. Okay, so now I'll collect everything into 1 scoop. And half it. And load it from the lingual side of my tray. Make sure everything is flat. And take the second half. Again, load it from the lingual side of my tray. Grab the extra that's here. Load it again. A little bit of water just to make sure the consistency is smooth and easy for the patient. I will go right in front, pop it into the mouth. Angulation is fine, line it up. All the teeth are in the correct position, and place it into the mouth. So again, just like last time, we can check to see if it's finished by pushing on the material. and seeing if it has that elasticy feel, which it does. So I know it's ready to come out. So just like last time, I'll pop it out very slowly and break the seal of it. Pop it out. And then that's the impression. So as we can first see, it is missing a little bit of material here on the side. You can see the tray. We do have the nice roll all the way around, and we have that retromolar pad at the very back. There's a few areas that it looks like it was pushed a little hard, or a little bit of material is missing, but that's okay. And then everything else is looking good. All teeth are present. I'm not seeing any tears. Perfect. So now we'll disinfect. So same thing, we'll rinse the impression and then disinfect it. So spray, 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 disinfect, and then wrap it up in a moist towel again and place it in the bag with the name and date of our patient. Okay, I'll be demonstrating the mandibular double pour. So I've already cut all the excess material off the side of my impression here. I have already measured in, and then I have my full cup of material here of stone. So I will first start by measuring about 70% of the stone in. Okay, I'll try mixing it here. Now I will just try and agitate all the bubbles out of the stone. Good. Once all the bubbles are out, I will now start loading small increments into the side and just tapping it on the corner of the table here. Also making sure to remove any bubbles that appear. Okay, so once all aspects of the teeth are covered, I'll be putting a little bit more on the side here as well. Bit of a thicker consistency. Okay. Really want that thick consistency for the base. Again, get that extra water out. Okay. Okay, so now that's inverted in, the base is pretty steady. I will just clean off any extra areas here. Okay, clean off that area, and the sides as well. Okay, and that's all. I'll now be demonstrating the maxillary single pour. So I've already cut all the edges off and the bottom, as you can see here. And I have 2 cups of water measured out. So I'll add my 2 cups of water into my bowl there. And then I'll be placing 70% of the stone into the bowl. 70% there. And now start mixing it vigorously. As I'm mixing it, I will get the bubbles out of it. So really try and get those bubbles out. Pop any bubbles I see coming up as well. Okay. Get the bubbles out again with my knife. Okay. So I'm going to start adding it to one side. I really want it to start flowing down the teeth. Also dispersing it there. And I'll tap out the bubbles so it can really get deep into the teeth. Full. Make sure to really tap it and get any extra bubbles out with my knife. Okay, so now that that's there, I will add the rest of my stone in and mix it together so I can now make the base. Putting it on the side and then tapping it through. Build it up and start adding my base inside of it. And avoid putting it onto the palatal region there as well. Push it up a little bit more. Okay, I'll now remove any extra cement that's on the side. Now that's all lifted. So removing any extra cement all the way around. So now we'll just wait until the Okay, now we'll be prying the models off. So I already lifted them a little bit. Just kind of getting right underneath that crevice and lifting it up very gently. Oops, sorry. Okay, the teeth are still there. This is the finished model.